Hi again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Prime Time Wrestling, featuring the stars of the World Wrestling Federation. This is yours truly, Jack Reynolds, along with Jeffy the Body. Wait a minute now. Now, wait a minute. What? I know that you're blue. I know that you're blue. All right? That's part of your makeup. But this is a bit ridiculous now.
What are you talking about, a bit ridiculous? This is a Romanian boa hat.
A Romanian boa hat?
That's right. I told you before how I raised those feathered boas on my farm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is a very unique, rare style of Romanian boa.
A Romanian boa.
That's right.
Okay. All right. I've seen everything right now. All right, coming up this week on Primetime Wrestling, we've got Big John Studd going up against Rocky Johnson.
And that should be a great, great matchup, Jack. The giant Stud, I always enjoy watching him, and The Rock is always in phenomenal shape.
Strongman Ken Patero will take on New Zealand's Tony Garea.
Should be a great, great match. Strongman Kenny Patera, managed by none other than Bobby the Brain Heenan.
For the Intercontinental Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, Greg the Hammer Valentine will defend his crown against the Junkyard Dog.
Greg the Hammer, the champion's champion against the JYD.
Right now, let's go up to our ring announcer and the exciting introductions to our first bout.
This bout is 1-4 with a 20-minute time limit. First from Italy, weighing 241 pounds, Salvatore Bellomo. His opponent from parts unknown, weighing 269 pounds, Moondog Spot.
Mixed response, if you will, to the participants for this particular bout this week.
Well, they gave applause to Moondog Spot. Well, maybe they're in awe of that awesome bone that he carries into the ring. I guarantee, well, I was just going to guarantee he's going to come over and hang it by Eugene.
Well, that seems to be his favorite move, but not this week.
This should be a terrific matchup. Salvatore Bellomo from Italy. That European style of wrestling that we all love so well. And this place is jumping already.
And his Moondog Spot from parts unknown. I don't know how you would describe his style. The bell is sounded, and we are off and running officially.
He's a roughneck, Kane, and once he gets the upper hand, a relentless individual and someone to be contended with here in the World Wrestling Federation, whether it be in singles or in tag team competition. Spotty now with a side headlock on Salvatore. Not going to stay in this too long. Oh! Nice power out there with that standing wrist lock.
That's how you do it.
Salvatore Bellomo, the master of so many wrestling holds, that in his repertoire, there's no telling what Sal's going to come up with, and I love to watch this particular individual. But Spot can hurt you in a lot of ways.
Well, Spotty, of course, hovering very near that 300-pound mark.
And he was the runt of the litter. We've had some moondogs over the years in the World Wrestling Federation. Of which, the least of which, Moondog Spot.
A variation on the armbar by Salvatore Bellomo. Oh, this crowd is jumping out.
We're just underway here, and things are hot already in the Boston Garden. Salvatore.
Oh, shoulder that rocks the Moondog.
Oh, high cross body takes him down. Got a leg hook. No. Nice maneuver by Bellomo as Spotty was ready for another shoulder block off those ropes. Got double crossed.
Standing side headlock at the part of Moondog Spot. A little hair, perhaps, on the part of Bellomo. That's very unusual for Sal.
Well, yes, it is, but when you're in there with the likes of Spot, you got to do whatever you can do, take whatever edge you can get. Still maintaining the side headlock, Spotty. One of his favorite maneuvers. Good way to wear a guy down. Salvatore powered out again with that wrist lock, turned it into an arm wringer. Now he's got it barred. Salvatore been around the World Wrestling Federation for quite some time, James.
One of the mainstays of this great organization. And he's paid his dues. He did it the old-fashioned way. He earned it.
Certainly did.
Hopefully this gentleman can be around for quite some time to come.
Family extremely proud of him, as well they should be.
Boomer.
for the lower solar flex. Nice knee by Moondog Spot. As he wanted to get out of there in a hurry. Look out, whip down. Nice reversal. Lead back to
Holy Toledo. Oh!
Well, that'll wake you up if you're not already there. Salvatore Bellomo going into that.
What is this, Gorilla Monsoon?
Oh, he's questioning now.
Now, this could be a bait job as far as I'm concerned of the part of the Moondog. Got to be baiting Bellomo.
He's been known to do that. Sucker you in there. Bellomo now reverts to the side headlock. You guys certainly have a patent on this side headlock. A lot of things you can do with it, but neither one of them are really taking it hold to its advantage.
Another capacity crowd on hand this week in the World Wrestling Federation. Something, Gorilla, that we have found quite typical across the country and around the world.
No question. The hottest ticket in town, World Wrestling Federation action, whenever it comes to town, we're dealing with standing room only crowds. And the reason why, because the greatest wrestlers in the world are found right here in the World Wrestling Federation by far.
Well, that backbreaker has certainly taken its toll on the Senora Bellomo.
Well, he got caught, as they say, and now he's paying a price. He got that one right in the kisser. Bellomo in trouble as Spotty starts unloading with that heavy artillery.
Rocks Bellomo to the canvas.
Salvatore down. That's 300-pound
Got
plus.
to rearrange your thinking considerably.
Look out, up on top of the second turnbuckle. He might be up there too long. Oh!
I don't know if that was a hard punch or what.
He certainly nailed him with it. Down for a 2 count now, only a 1. Bellomo got a lot of guts, and it's obvious at this point. There's another knee to Bellomo right through the second rope. He got hung up in there. Saved him from going down to the concrete. For how long? Remains to be seen. Oh, there he goes. Right down onto this concrete slab here in the Boston Garden.
And, of course, this great facility, the same facility that you see the Boston Bruins hockey team, and, of course, the Celtics basketball team. They can get this place.
Oh, look at Salvatore ran right into the barrier surrounding our ring here in the Garden. Salvatore's in a lot of trouble.
I was just making a point that these wrestling fans can just about raise the roof on this great facility.
Wow, and can they? Holy mackerel, I've heard it so many times in here, James. Salvatore now manages to get back up into the ring, and Spotty right on top of his case. Salvatore got to mount some offense here. He's going to be in a whole heap of trouble. Oh, sunset flip! He's not going to get him. Spot maintained that balance and put one right between the eyes, and Salvatore once again on the receiving end.
All those eyes rolling up into his head as Bulldog Spot.
Nice drawn to that reverse chin lock now. That's right under the chin. That might be construed as a choke in there, James.
Well, if that referee is astute, if he is sharp, he's going to jump right on that and double check it to make sure.
Well, he had
His body is not above bending in just a shade.
Now he'll bend and break and twist and everything else. Salvatore with the right hand, not too much behind it.
I don't think so. Well, it obviously got the attention of the Moondog.
No, he's not hurting him. Reversal, now a drop. That'll make you wish you were home watching the telly.
Watching a bulb. Moondog trying for a
No way.
for a pin. No, that's not the place for it. Too close to the rope, number one, and never in a position. Oh no!
Wow. Talk about stretching those knee ligaments out. Spotty did that for Bellomo right there. Made him pay. Kept that foot up on the rope.
I don't think Spot was ever in a position to really put Bellomo away though with a pin.
Definitely not. No. Spotty's never been accused of being the most intelligent man inside of the ring. But he's one of the roughest, I can guarantee you that.
Beautiful arm drag and part of the Moondog. Follows with a crescent kick and out Bellomo asserts himself.
Sends Spotty down. He's looking for timeout here. There's no timeout in professional wrestling, Mr.
Boy, does that picture tell 1,000 words.
just quick going down. Is anything left? Let's look and get the official word.
The winner of the match, Moondog Spot.
Moondog Spot with mixed emotions from the jam-packed crowd here in Boston Garden. Let's go back in time just a few moments ago and see what went down here.
Well, this was just an absolutely sensational move as Palomo comes off the rope. Bulldog scoops him up into the air, but watch this. Shoulder into the upper thigh down. And it was just a matter of 1, 2, 3, and the lights were out for Mr. Palomo.
Well, what an exciting move in there by Moondog Spot as he caught Salvatore Bellomo with the shoulder breaker, Jesse.
Definitely a good move by Moondog Spot. The move that only a veteran like him can accomplish, Jack. You're not going to see rookies in a situation Spot was in get away with that.
I understand, Jesse the Body, that you've been back in Paris for for more spring fashions, or is it the summer fashion?
Well, if you're into the fashion industry, you'll realize right now that we're already gearing towards fall and winter. Spring and summer are old hat. We do that in about February or March.
I wouldn't know too much about
fashions.
Right.
Yeah, I can tell.
Coming up, Sweet Hansen will take on Steve Lombardi in what should be a good confrontation. As we return with more primetime wrestling this week, stand by for more exciting action.
You know, you might look good in the phone.
A young man who is really moving up the ranks of the World Wrestling Federation is Steve Lombardi. I'll tell you, the last couple of times that I have seen Lombardi in action, I don't know what's happened to this young man, Jesse.
Well, Steve Lombardi's become very aggressive. He's getting a lot of self-confidence, and he's getting a little more rugged in the ring. But he will be tested dearly by a giant of a man in Big Swede Hansen, Jack.
All right now we are going up to ringside and the introductions to our next bout.
This match is one fall with a 20-minute time limit. First, from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 238 pounds, Steve Lombardi. And from Slaughter Street, North Carolina, weighing in at 296 pounds, Swede Hansen.
292, Swede Hansen, the veteran from Singular, Slaughter Creek, North Carolina.
I certainly hate to have to carry around the additional weight that Sweet weighs over 292, James. He's got to be over 300, and Lombardi certainly has his work cut out for him.
Well, Mr. Monsoon, coming from you, I guess the person who's been there a time or two, I'll go along.
Well, you know, at one time I was over that 400-pound punch. 440 to be exact at one time.
Well, that was a year or two ago.
Many, many years ago.
Great to be part of the action here at the Boston Garden World Wrestling Federation action this week. Steve Lombardi from Brooklyn, New York, going against, of course, and this match is officially underway. What is it with Lombardi here? I think he's trying to buy a little extra time.
Well, it certainly is, because there's no question in my mind that the Swede is going to put Lombardi away, and Lombardi's going to soak up as much of the glory as he can while he can. The only way he can do that is to keep that ring jacket on and keep this match from beginning. Look at the kisser on Lombardi.
Looks like a little facial hair on the start off.
Starting to grow something, that's for sure. Trying to use a little psychology on the big guy, but it's not going to work because the Swede's been around a long time and knows whatever there is to know about wrestling inside that square circle.
Well, Swede will bide his time, and he's got a lot of patience. He can pick his spot. He's done it for a number of years against the best. It is great sport. Gorilla Monsoon, you wrestle here in the Boston Garden many a time. These fans, some of the most enthusiastic, some of the most responsive. I think I've had the pleasure of being around, being amongst.
No question. These rank amongst the greatest wrestling fans in the entire wrestling world right here at the Boston Garden. And they either love you or they hate you. There's no in between.
A very vociferous contingent on hand this week.
Obviously, trying to do a sight job on a Swede. He'd love to get sent right back to the dressing room here and be all she wrote for Lombardi.
Like my mother-in-law in the kitchen. This is ridiculous.
They're about to tie up here in center ring. The Swede wins that toss up, hands down. Lombardi slipped with a right hand. The Swede just runs the whole time and says, better get your act together, pal.
But I'm certain there's a little verbal communication between Wade Hampton and Steve Lombardi.
And Lombardi's got his hands full with the Swede inside the ring, and yet he's taunting this capacity crowd.
Well, they never made it with the Carl Elmer.
Look at Swede.
Now, isn't that incredible for a man?
He amazes me.
300
Speed and agility. Lombardi was a little shocked, too. Swede with a hammerlock. Boy, did he wrecked all around that. Lombardi looks like he's put on some weight, especially up the body. He must be on some kind of a training program. Trying to make a name for himself in the World Wrestling Federation. He certainly picked a tough way to do it with Swede Hampton.
Lombardi makes his way to the rope. Referee calls for the break, and Swede, being the good sport that he is, or should be, backs off graciously.
Well, he can be at times, but other times he can be a handful.
He is not the most generous and giving man.
No, he is not. The Kings that to it out the street, I certainly want him on my side.
Exactly.
That's the wallop. As Lombardi will soon find out, I'm afraid.
What a party still trying to... I don't know who he thinks he is. Sweet's not going to let him get away with that.
No way.
For a minute.
Swede is going to rip that out. Nicely. Triggers ahead.
Good drop in for good return. Right now, the party in a very compromising position.
Well,
It's a capacity crowd here at the Boston Garden.
Fortunate enough, he was close enough to the rope to stick that leg over there. Swede now with a front baseline, one of his favorites. Got those big barrel chest and those powerful arms.
Lifts him right off the canvas. That's got to be murder.
Shows you the power. Oh, Lombardi hit head first. He's hot.
Lombardi very upset. Now, if he were technically very strong in terms of the head game here, he would try to remain as calm and as cool and as collected as he possibly could when he stares against an adversary across the ring like Swede Hampton.
You don't want to show your opponent that you've got out of shape and you've lost control, because that means it's the beginning of the end. Oh, Lombardi with an eye rake. Sweeter in the corner. Wow! Nice forearm by Lombardi.
Oh, it connected on the jaw.
Right on
He
the
felt
mouth.
that one.
Oh, look at
Takes
this.
him across that top rope.
Lombardi's going to make the Swede mad.
Well, once he does that, watch out.
Blatant choke now, draped over the second rope, right in front of the referee. Oh, sitting on his shoulders now. Swede gasping for air.
Took a little wind out of the sails of the veteran from Slaughter Creek, North Carolina. In the ropes. A whip by Lombardi. Oh, elbow. That rocks Hampton. He hooks the leg, but no chance. No chance for a pin at all.
Boy, what exciting action so far in this match. We hope you're enjoying it. Steve Lombardi and Swede Hampton.
Well, it's just like I said, it's a battle of behemoths. Big Swede, he is an awesome man. 300 and some odd pounds and powerful, Jack.
But Steve Lombardi, a young man who, I said from the offset, has really come into his own and moving up the ranks of the World Wrestling Federation. We're going to be right back with the conclusion of this bout Steve Lombardi and Swede Hansen.
I think the advantage goes to Big Swede because of the weight, Jack.
All right, right now we're going to pick up the conclusion, the exciting action of this bout.
No chance for a pin at all.
Lombardi hasn't learned that particular aspect of professional wrestling yet, and that is that you must have a man in a more compromising position than that, especially the Swede Hansen to try to get a finish. Reverse chin lock now by Lombardi, trying to wear the big guy down. Easier said than done. Hanging off the rafters here, beautiful. Boston Garden, as the World Wrestling Federation brings you the best in professional wrestling.
Well, Lombardi up on his feet. Legs wide spread for referee. Swede Hansen finally makes it up on both of them. Now, to the middle. There's hair and a takedown. Lombardi starting to converse with some of the fans at ringside. They're just getting all over him.
Swede now. Got to get it going. Got to get up to his feet here. Release the pressure from this reverse chin lock. Referee checking, warning about a choke, as this hold can easily slip into that. But Lombardi staying behind and maintaining control with it. Swede with a number of tattoos on his person, all of which I'm sure were a good idea at the time. Referee checking the arm now. Circulation may be cut off. He hits that carotid artery, delivers blood to the brain, of course carrying the oxygen, and when that happens for very long, the lights can go out.
I can give it a hurry.
I don't like the color of the Swede's face, Gene.
It's an old Billy Eckstein number called Deep Purple.
It is. Swede manages to get to his feet. Handful of hair by Lombardi, jerks him down again, right in front of the referee. Don't know how he could not have seen that.
There is a fan here tonight in a tuxedo. I can't believe it.
You spotted him. I didn't see him, James.
Oh, terrific. Well, they're catching on.
Wow, Swede delivers a shot right to the ear. Makes Lombardi turn loose. Manages to slip on that side headlock and the Swede comes up, but that's the wrong thing to do there. You try to trade blows with the Swede, you're going to end up on the short end of the stick.
I think he gave it its all, and it had little or no effect on Swede Hansen. Some of the knees downstairs by Lombardi.
Not effective.
Nothing is affecting Swede Hansen.
Lombardi pushes the referee out of the way, saying, I've got this under control now.
What a tough right. There's an uppercut. I believe that was an open hand, perhaps a karate chop to the windpipe.
Uh-oh, look at the Swede's face.
I don't even want to think what's going to happen here.
Swede has had it with this fella. Lombardi's in serious deep trouble right now.
Oh, my. And Lombardi knows it.
He knows it.
Of course he does.
Look out.
Oh, Swede is hot.
Oh, wow.
He's not going to let him go.
Hung right on to him, wouldn't let him drop. Saying, I'm going to take care of this fella myself. Scoots him up.
Body slam. Has it off the rope. No. Body splash.
That's all she wrote.
Oh. Good night. Oh, talk about your action.
Steve Lombardi in dreamland just about. Riled up the big guy, and that was the beginning of the end.
The winner of this bout, Swede Hansen.
Sweener with his hand raised in a token of victory. Let's go back, if we can, just a few moments ago, and take a look at what went down, Jim.
Well, it's got to be mighty, mighty impressive. This point in time, Hansen has taken all that he could from Lombardi. Gigantic body slam. Very, very emphatic. Has it off the ropes. Watch this. Full body splash. Oh, that's all it possibly could have brought for Mr. Lombardi.
Right down, knocked the wind right out of him. Stay with us, wrestling fans. More action coming your way.
All right, the voices of Mean Gene Okerlund and the one and only Gorilla Monsoon with all the exciting action. Well, I'll tell you, 300 pounds coming off those ring ropes, landing on you, Jesse. What are you going to do?
Well, I don't know, Jack. I personally would like you to lie there and experience
Well,
that.
why me?
And then you could tell me about it.
Why do you want me to lie there?
Well,
You're the professional wrestler, not me.
you could use to get a little thinner.
You're talking about me? Oh, all right. Okay. All right. So I put a few pounds on. That's all right. Black Forest cake. Coming up, we have Big John Studd. His opponent will be strongman Rocky Johnson. What a match this is going to be.
It'll definitely be a match. You got the giant Stud, nearly 7 feet tall, 300 and some odd pounds, taking on the Rock, Rocky Johnson.
I can't believe what you said. No pizza for you today. All right, we're coming right back with more exciting action right here on Prime Time. To our matchup with Rocky Johnson and Big John Studd, Jesse is going to the primetime mailbag.
And definitely, as always, Jack, I pick out only the controversial letters. I'd like to read mine first. It comes from a Stephen Bucks, and he's a dentist from Dallas. And he says, Jesse, since you are a professional wrestler and I am a dentist, I'll bet you can't guess what we have in common. We've both extracted our share of teeth. We can have a contest to see whose victims have suffered the most pain. I'll bet you win. I enjoy watching you and Jack every week. At first, my wife objected to my watching your show until I finally perfected the body slam. Now she watches from her hospital room.
Oh, brother. What kind of a dentist? Did he say what kind of a dentist he is?
There's only one that I know of. They work
All
on
right.
teeth.
Okay, we've got something here, Mental Age, from Manahawkin, New Jersey. Dear Mr. Ventura, I am writing this letter for two reasons. Reason number one is to let you know what an important and well-liked individual you have become in this community. This new generation, along with the old, very patriotic. They see the pride and spirit of a Oh, come on. What does Gino say? And you mean, Gene, give me a break, will you? What does this have to do? No, we'll continue the letter a bit later on. Right now we have by the way, before we get to our match, for those of you that would like to write to us, send your cards or letters to Primetime Wrestling, P.O. Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut, 06836. And be sure to include your name and address so Jesse and I can get back to you. All right. Big John Studd and Rocky Johnson in action. Let's go up to our ring announcer right now and the introduction.
The Rock getting a tremendous ovation here in the jam-packed Boston Gardens, Gene.
And well, he should. One of the truly outstanding professional wrestlers in the World Wrestling Federation today.
Stopped
Honestly,
by,
high standards that he has set for himself.
Boy, he certainly
An
has.
opponent.
Well, it's almost a handicap if they allow the brain, or the weasel, as you like to call him, Gene, to stay out here.
Well, it's not what I call him, it's what the fans
Absolutely.
call him. I'm only passing along the sentiments of the fans to Mr. Heenan.
Look at The Rock. He wants him out of here. I don't blame him.
And look at the chin music emanating. Oh, he spit on him. You've got to be kidding.
Oh!
Oh, come on, Heenan. You're a world-class wrestler, but I'll tell you what, there's nothing more. You step up.
Going to be allowed to remain at ringside, it looks like. That could spell a whole lot of trouble for the soul man.
Big John Studd. Rocky Johnson squaring off this week with the Boston Garden. Here in the World Wrestling Federation, collared elbows. In the rope, caught with a forearm.
Rock in for the ride. Look at it. Oh, high cross body. Goes down. No. Rocky, a house of fire. Just looking for that money. He's got it up there. Oh, he couldn't hold him.
And Stud counters with a gigantic forearm. The top back of Rocky Johnson as Bobby Heenan looks on. Capacity crowd on hand in the Boston Garden. Greco-Roman lockup.
Entire wrestling world just buzzing over the $25,000 bounty Gene put on the head of Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff by one Bobby the Brain Heenan.
That's a big number.
Just the strength here. Right now, the big guy's going to deliver it, but Rock coming to his feet.
Johnson. Up on both of them.
Decisive advantage here, mainly because of the height of Big John.
Both height and weight.
And I think if they were both on their knees, they'd have to go with the Rock.
What a splendid physique on this man, Rocky Johnson. Well, he maintains that body of his very well.
Very, very sure about his training and conditioning. Rock manages to get to his feet. He's not all the way up yet, though. Big guy still got that downward leverage, forcing him back into the corner. Oh, look at Rock now going up the rope. Now he's got a little leverage. Tries to tap. Rock whips the big guy in for the ride. Oh,
Way before Big John Studd could have conceivably come over for the big body drop.
fumbled away at the kidney area of Rocky Johnson and slapped down that bear hug. This guy can hurt you with his hold.
That'll take it to the big ring.
Doesn't want to stand there too long. Try to get out any way you can. Heenan shouted instructions.
He is always continually communicating with his men. What does he say?
Can't pick it up from here again. The Rock's got to get out of here one way or another. Flip inside, turn around. Hip lock your way out. See if he's got anything left. Uh-oh, it didn't go all the way down that time. Listen to this capacity crowd coming to life. Headbutt by the Rock.
Oh, my!
Has he won that exchange? Hell yeah! For another slam. Wow, look at that. He got him a 3 count.
You have got to be kidding me. Johnson right next to the rope. I can't believe it.
The big guy used the ropes to his advantage by pulling on him.
And Heenan was right there.
Couldn't tell from our vantage point whether he did anything or not. He could Rocky or not. Let's get the official word.
The winner of the match, Big John Studd.
Studd gets the nuke over Rocky Johnson, but there is an air of controversy.
Most anxious to take another look at this to see. Let's take a look and see if the brain got involved here. Look at Big John. Very, very close to the ropes here. He's got a hand on him right now. Now look.
Rocky had him up.
He's going to switch over now and he grabs the other rope.
Grabs the rope.
But where's Heenan at this point? Did he trip the Rock? He was right there in that spot. Very possible he could have tripped the Rock. The Rock went down. Wind knocked on him. Cost him the match. Stay with us, wrestling fans. More action coming your way in just a moment.
Boy, I'll tell you, that was quite a maneuver by Big John Studd. Rocky Johnson, complete control of the bout, and all of a sudden, in a reversal, Big John Studd comes up with a victory.
Well, my question is this. Our announcers, Gene Oakland and Gorilla Monsoon, are standing there blaming Bobby the Brain Heenan, and I did not see Bobby the Brain Heenan do one thing wrong, Jack.
What do you mean, one thing wrong?
He didn't interfere as far as I could tell from that tape. Did you see anything?
Take your sunglasses off, will you?
Huh. I can see fine. I got
Coming up.
20 hearing.
Coming up, we have Tito Santana and Brutus Beefcake in what I understand is going to be quite a battle. Quite a battle it's going to be.
Well, it sure should be, because you're looking at two athletes that are in top physical condition. They're at the top of their game right now. Tito, the former Intercontinental Champion, to take on Big Brutus and his manager, Luscious Johnny.
No love between these two. So stand by for more excitement right here on Prime Time Wrestling.
Marcia Manger for BT Powder.
To 300 callers tonight, I am the police department. I can't leave.
Who claims now that he's from San Francisco, California. His opponent, the man from Tacula, Mexico, Tito Santana.
Well, like I said, Jack, this should be a great, great match. Brutus Beefcake in phenomenal condition. Chico Santana, former Intercontinental Champion, meeting right in that squared circle, Jack.
All right. They are ready to go at it. So let's go up to the ring right now and let's go with it.
Boston Garden rocking, Gene.
What a welcome for Tito Santana. I must say this city has been tremendously good for Mr. Santana and vice versa.
Boy, it certainly has. He's made a lot of fans here, and rightly so, because this is an individual you can take to your heart, because you know that he's going to give you 100% all the time. I can't honestly say that about Drew Ty and his manager, Luscious Johnny.
But it's Johnny Valiant. Quite a close for him.
Well, I don't think he has $10.95 worth of stuff on, including his watch, Gene. He doesn't have a watch.
And 2 rings. On the other hand, Mr. Beefcake, a very gregarious and very flamboyant dresser, to say the least. Looks like he might have been working the substitution route there at Chip and Dale.
Looks like something right out of Flash Gordon.
Flash something.
Certainly a powerhouse inside that ring, and someone climbing that ladder to success here in the World Wrestling Federation, Brutus Beefcake.
Oh, look at the physique on his 262-pounder.
Luscious John playing the Matador, but Tito had none of that.
You know, I'd heard word that Beefcake being introduced as an individual from parts unknown. I believe it is now public knowledge that the man hails from San Francisco, California.
Well, I'm
And
sure the,
you were the first to know.
well, I'm sure the fans will be thrilled about that, Gene.
World Wrestling Federation action this week. Tito Santana, Brutus Beefcake, the passionate crowd on hand of the Boston Garden. Being Gene Oakland, along with Gorilla Monsoon. Great to have you aboard.
Oh, look at Brutus in the corner, turns his back on Santana, and the referee right on top of the situation nicely gets them out of there without any altercation. Santana having to keep an eye on the Luscious one once again. Allowed to remain at ringside. Trouble in the making. Struggling for position here. Struggling for control. Uh-oh.
Listen to this chant.
Call a guy what you like. Guy's got a lot of ability. Going to make a rough road for a lot of guys in the World Wrestling Federation. This Brutus Beefcake.
He has already made it a rough road. Oh, beautiful moment of part of Santana.
Nice sneak go behind, and Bruni immediately to the ropes. Every wrestling fan in the entire world knows what this individual did to our friend Hillbilly Jim.
Well, they put him out of action. They say it's a temporary thing, but who knows? An injury as devastating as that to Little Monsoon, it may take a long, long time, if ever, for the hillbilly to return to action.
Well, knee injuries are never temporary as far as I'm concerned.
You had him up above.
They can terminate your career quicker than any other injury that I know of. Oh, look at this. Beautifully with a standing wrist lock. Got Brutus down on the canvas and is going to work on it.
And you know, everything there, as we saw, perfectly legal. Yet, Luscious Johnny inferring that Santana might have pulled hair.
No way. Beautiful maneuver there as Brutai just picked up Tito in the slam position while he still maintained that standing wrist lock, slammed him down, but Tito with that tight grip hung right on him with the leverage, took him over. A little conference now going on outside the ring. Luscious one telling him, you're doing a nice job. Santana never took his eyes off either of these individuals for 1 second. Can't do it in this particular type matchup. It's almost like a handicap match. Santana staying with that arm wringer. Going to go to work on that left arm and shoulder of Brutus Beefcake.
And he brings it all the way down, but there's the reversal. Boy, you always have got to be a move or two ahead of yourself upstairs here in the head.
Got to be thinking constantly 2 or 3 moves ahead, or you will never survive in the world of professional wrestling, especially in the World Wrestling Federation. This is the best. Right down to the headlock. Santana leaning back, making Brutus carry that weight as well.
Referee right down on top of the action, making certain there's no show to the part of Santana. Here's the rollover by Beefcake. I believe he was able to muster up a 1 count.
Well, neither man with a picking combination in my book at this point in time, Gene.
He's got the tight. Wait a minute. The family show. Hold on, Beefcake.
As I stated, neither man with a pinning combination. Not going to pin someone with a side headlock, and you're not going to pin someone tipping him over that position.
There we see the action for the vantage point of Luscious Johnny Valiant.
Tito just rammed him head first down into the canvas. Now with a front face lock as Brutus backs up into the corner looking for some breathing room. Referee steps right between. Nice maneuver there in the part of the referee.
That's gutsy.
Oh, time out again.
A little time to pass. What's the strategy here?
Strategy is put something on that's going to stay because Santana right now is outspeeding and outmaneuvering Brutus Beefcake.
Technically, fundamentally, would you not agree he is one of the finest in the World Wrestling Federation today?
Absolutely. Just decided to trade blows with him, and that was a losing battle. Santana, former Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, and striving, and so look out!
That may discourage Luscious Johnny. Oh, my!
Santana down for the cover, no way.
What a flurry of action. And Santana turns it on in front of this capacity crowd in the Boston Garden.
Look out! Oh! Not only did he nail him with that reverse atomic drop, but Tito just whacked his head into that ring when he went down, Gene. Back of his head just knocked.
I play golf. I have back problems. Think of what this man must be going through after a match.
Takes days and days to get over one. Deep in for the slam here. Wow, he drove him. He didn't slam him. He drove him down into the canvas. Brutus with that big forearm right across the throat. No way. He's got a left arm out of there. Come out the back door.
All he had to do was just roll, and that's exactly what Tito did.
Choke right on.
Give me a break. Give me another break. What in the world?
Referee up to that point in time was doing an excellent job until the lost concentration there and let Brutus just jerk away. And Tito, look out, Santana in for the ride.
What a gigantic back body drop. Santana really taking some serious punishment, major league punishment here in the past couple of minutes of this bout.
Big mistake here right now on the part of Brutus Beefcake. He didn't stay on him. He had to do his little strut around the ring. Santana in a lot of pain. He could have had the wind knocked at him there. He might have been able to get a 3 count. Rams him into the top turnbuckle. Beefcake in control. Santana for the ride. Wow. Got to take its toll on your kidney. Walks right out of that boot and another one. Santana coming away. Brutai stopped that in a hurry.
Well, this has really been a seesaw battle from the very get-go to this point in time.
Santana now into the ropes. Wow.
Awfully low.
Talk about your lower angle. That was extremely low. Crowd didn't like it either. Come on, ref. Brutus Beefcake pulling out all the stops.
Talk about momentum swinging.
He knows what a victory over Tito Santana can do for his career, Gene.
Does he ever?
Look out, Brutai walking to center. Wow. Right across the cervical vertebrae of the neck. Down now, look at this. No way. Give me a break. You don't raise one hand up for a token of victory while you're trying to get a fall.
What an exciting match with Tito Santana and Brutus Beefcake. Boy, I'll tell you, so far, either way, Jesse.
Well, I'll tell you, Chico had the definite advantage at the start of the match and about 5 minutes through, but I think the tide has shifted now to Big Brutus, and it's in his favor now, Jack.
And I have a feeling that before it's all over, we're going to hear from luscious Johnny Valiant. Coming up, the exciting conclusion of this bout. Whatever you do, don't go away.
I can't pick him right now, Jack. Let's go find out.
All right, we are going to go back right now up to ringside and the exciting conclusion of this bout.
Fall on a guy like Tito Santana. Both men exchanging right.
What a good block back. There's Santana to the right. Come on, come on.
Santana face first right into the corner. Caught that right on the throat.
If he comes back from this, it's going to be a miracle.
Come on, ref.
Disqualify the man. My God, disqualify him. He's had a 5 count.
Don't give Brutus Beefcake an upper hand.
Johnny
Because
Valiant,
he'll do it.
please.
Santana still outside the ring area, and the referee letting Brutus Beefcake continue to put the boots to him. Russian John expounding on the virtues of his man, Brutus Beefcake. However, don't count Santana out of this one. Back drop there, sunset drop. He won't get it. Didn't have the leverage, Jim.
Oh, look at this. Those are close fists.
Right to the mouth.
Let me ask you a question. This referee justifies...
Oh, 2.5 count.
Would he be justified in disqualifying Brutus Beefcake?
Absolutely, Gene. You do not have to wait for a 5 count. The referee, at his discretion, he can disqualify anyone at any given time. What's he got left? That's the important thing, Gene. Santana just managed to get to his feet. Brutus came in with a right, but Santana being too drawn over.
What a right. Oh! Why?
Beefcake down, giving a timeout signal, but there is no timeout. And Santana rams him down into the canvas.
Welcome to the World Wrestling Federation.
What an education Referee, give me the count from inside the ring.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Santana, double teamed out there. Look at that. He didn't make it. Santana calls on these words.
I'm going to be very interested in getting this decision.
It certainly looks like, from my vantage point, that Santana, yes, he did. He made the count.
Oh, Beefcake and Valiant are beside themselves. Look at there.
Santana's busted wide open, Gene.
Torn wide open. He is bleeding, hemorrhaging profusely. That had to be a result of that activity outside of the ring.
Yes, it was, I'm sure. Look at these two beauties hugging each other. They just lost the match. Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has counted Brutus Beefcake out of the ring and awards the match to Tito Santana.
Santana went out, took a look at the blood pouring from his face, grabbed the folding chair, and the other guys are headed for higher ground, Gene.
I don't blame him. Santana, clearly the victor. No, Beefcake did not make the 10 count. Santana was in there. And he certainly deserved it. A hard-fought victory over great star from Tequila, Mexico.
Boy, a hard-fought victory it was. I'll tell you, the referee counting Brutus Beefcake out, and Tito Santana declared the winner.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not going to make any judgment whatsoever on the referee's decision. That is the referee's decision. But I will pass judgment on Gorilla Monsoon and Gene Okerlund. Never have I seen more biased announcing in my life. I mean, Tito can do no wrong in their book.
Coming up, wrestling fans, this is the opinion, by the way, of Jesse the Body. I have no comment on that, all right? They're doing their job, and they feel that Beefcake and his manager, Johnny Valiant, were cheating. So, let it be. Strongman Ken Patera will be taking on the star from New Zealand, Tony Garea. That's next. Right here as the controversy continues on Primetime Wrestling. Tony Garea from New Zealand and big strongman Ken Patera.
Well, this should be a good matchup. Tony Garea with a lot of speed, a lot of wrestling knowledge, but he's got to face the strength of Ken Patera, who's managed, of course, by Bobby the Brain Heenan.
This should be quite a confrontation. Right now, we are going to go up to our ring announcer and the introductions.
This match is 1-4 with a 20-minute time limit. First, the manager, Bobby the Brain Heenan. And he represents, from Portland, Oregon, weighing 268 pounds, one of the strongest men in the world, Ken Patera. And from Auckland, New Zealand, weighing 248 pounds, Tony Garea. Heenan, if you have brains, why did Orndorff fire you?
Talk about knowing how to get someone's goat.
Now, Tony Garea, alluding, of course, to the firing recently of the World Wrestling Federation by Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff of this man, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Heenan is hot. Uh-oh, here it comes.
He's hot to the tune of 25,000 big ones, Gene.
Well, that's the price that he has put on the head of Paul Orndorff. Ken Patera taking his sweet time of shedding the trow, as it were.
Well, when you walk into the ring, with the credentials that one Ken Patera has to take all the time you want.
I guess he can.
He's the individual that put the lid on the casket of my career, for sure.
I recall that. I didn't think you were going to be the one to bring it up.
Well, the fact is a fact. He did it right in the beautiful Philadelphia Spectrum. I made a statement prior to the match. If I didn't beat this individual, that would be the end of my career. He did a number on me, Jim.
A powerhouse. Undoubtedly, the strongest men of the ranks of professional wrestling today here in the World Wrestling Federation. Everybody recalls 1972. Munich, Germany is the weightlifter representing this great country. How he did us all proud.
Certainly did. Well, what an influence he could have been on the youth of America, Jim, that he decided to go with the right people, stay away from guys like Bobby DeBrandine and then Tyson Blake, Freddie Blassie. And, there's no telling what could have come out of the life of one Ken Patera as far as achieving a great deal with the youth of America.
And I'll give it up. I talk so very often about the tremendous international scope of the World Wrestling Federation. Here another great international star is camped out in this great league from Auckland, New Zealand. The veteran Tony Garea, a five-time co-holder of the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship.
What an impressive record Tony Garea has. Folks, that doesn't happen by accident. Garea! As Ken Patera was posing, Garea caught him, but look at Patera. Boy, he is relentless. All over. Nice block by Garea. That's Patera.
Beautiful block by Garea. Oh, to the midsection. Side headlock and a good solid shot to the mud. Patera hung up on a rope. Referee.
Well, the referee just did a very dangerous thing there, Gene. Poor Garea, he grabbed his hand. You can't do that. You can't tie up a part of a wrestler's body as a referee because you're giving the other man decisive advantage.
This is ridiculous. Using a rope and using that big boot across the throat.
Look at the leverage. What leverage by Patera as he's using those ropes to his advantage. Referee counting, the referee should be saying, hey, either break it immediately or head for the dressing room, pal.
Catch an early shower. Heenan covers his ears. That's not going to do any good. Snap bear takedown. Patera. Reverse.
Face lock.
Now he's high up.
Oh, there's another blatant chokehold. Look at the referee being distracted.
Come on! For what?
That could cost Garea the match right there. The referee has that kind of a problem with somebody at ringside. The best thing to do is get rid of him. Send him to the locker room. Look at this again.
Get your head into this thing, please. Boy, I hate to sit here week after week, scrutinized and criticizing referees, but they've got to get their act together.
Absolutely. Cost the man his career.
They're paid handsomely to do a job, and well, that's another story.
Tony Garea trying to get up to his feet here. Trying to put down some of that leverage. Heenan saying, pull him down.
Oh, there's hair. Wide open. Patera resorting to hair to bring down Tony Garea.
Well, the referee asked it. There's no need to ask. If you saw it, you break it. If you didn't, well, you didn't. Should be reaching right in underneath there now and checking this out. This could slip into a chokehold very, very easily. Patera drops an elbow. All over Garea right now. Needs to mount some kind of an offensive attack. Heenan pleased as pie with what his man is doing. Garea now out onto the concrete.
Down on the floor here at the Boston Garden, you can see Tony Gurria sprawl out. This man, Ken Patera, responsible for airmailing him to that spot. Now there's Keenan. Keenan is threatening.
What a decisive advantage to have a guy like you. Look at this guy! Gurria catches the leg of Patera, drags him out. Big forearm. Wow, rams his head into the apron. Gurria might have been playing a little possum off there on the floor and suckered Patera in. Both men now roll underneath. And Gurria with another shot. What a beautiful forearm that was. Gurria now's got Patera reeling. How quick the tide can turn in the world of professional wrestling. As the Olympian, oh, look at that elbow.
I'll talk about elbows.
Caught Tony coming in. Patera quickly again in control with a whip into the corner. Gurria out of there in a hurry. Patera whacked his left knee on that top turnbuckle. That steel up there. Gurria going to work on it.
Immediately, he finds a point of vulnerability on Patera. And now Tony Gurria really cranking it on. I believe that's a good, sound, fundamental game plan, though.
Yes, it is. You got a guy that's got a bad spot on him, you go to work on it immediately. If he's got it when he comes in, it's nice if you can know about it. If he doesn't, you try to create one of your own. And look at Gurria go to work on that left knee. Patera's in trouble.
Is he ever? And Bobby Heenan, all of a sudden, is totally silent.
Patera inside. Oh, double stretch right inside the ring.
He doesn't have the toe hook inside.
No way. Patera had too much weight for him, forced him right back. And into and out onto the apron went Gurria. And there's a hush that's fallen over this capacity crowd here. B-top.
Beautiful maneuver on the part of Tony Gurria, sunset flip.
Patera's legs are too powerful, Gene, to be very successful with that. Oh! Nice move on the part of Patera, very clever as he ducked underneath, down with that big elbow. He's got a tight for three.
Keenan embracing Ken Patera as Patera picks up the pinfall and the deuce. It is one fall foul.
Tough to kick
Bobby
out.
Heenan just delighted.
Just tough to kick out, Gene, when a guy's got a handful of tights on him. Let's get the official word. Let's go back in time, if we can, just a few moments ago and take a look at how Patera finished off Gurria. Nice maneuver there by Kenny as he ducked under that top rope and sent Tony in. Follows first. Look at this.
Follows
Watch
with the
this,
elbow.
Gene.
There it is.
Look at that.
There it is. The tight. Just plain as day.
Talk about giving you that
Controversy again.
extra leverage. Patera up to his old trick. Let's go up to live action as Tony Gurria just chased Bobby the Brain right outside the ring, but look out from behind. Patera still in there. There they go now. Gurria's upset and right
Still upset about the decision. He has just tagged Keenan and Patera as they head to the locker room.
In the record books, that goes down as a victory for Ken Patera, but he literally stole the match from one Tony Gurria.
Well, Tony Gurria felt that the pulling of the tights enabled Ken Patera to get the pin, the press, and the victory in his match.
Well, you know, it's I'm not going to deny that Ken Patera pulled the tights, but it's like the same as in football. There's holding on every play.
That's right.
But the question comes up when the referee does not see it, he cannot call it.
If they were to call, as Jesse mentioned, were say, for example, in football, they could call holding on just about every down. Coming up, we have a special interview this week on Primetime Wrestling. Our colleague, Mean Gene Okerlund, will be standing by with a special interview. Jesse, just before we have to take a break and go to our interview with Mean Gene, I understand, as I had mentioned earlier in the program, that at last report you had gone to Paris for some fall fashion?
Fall and winter fashions.
All right. We have had a number of inquiries. Are these fashions going to be available to the public?
Probably not the general public, Jack, because the general public is not in my financial level.
I see. Okay. Well, there we have it from Jesse the Body. All right.
It
we're
ain't
coming.
J.C. Penney's.
Obviously. We're coming right back with more. Stand by. About the behavior of one George the Animal Steele. Perhaps has he changed? No one really knows. Most recently, Gene Okerlund did an interview with George the Animal Steele, accompanied by the one and only Captain Lou Albano.
And here you got 3 vacuums all rolled into one. This ought to be some interview, Jack.
Vacuum?
Vacuums, airheads.
All right, let's pick up that special interview right now with Mean Gene Okerlund.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just had to bring up the subject of a progress report, and please, Captain Lou Albano, come on in. Certainly, fans becoming more and more aware because it's the buzz right now. Wherever I travel, coast to coast, border to border, throughout the World Wrestling Federation, people are asking me what has happened to George the Animal Steele.
They all want to know about the animal, Gene, and I believe you've been a part of this rehabilitation course. You did recommend treatment, your therapy. You thought it was necessary.
Rodney Easthaven.
Rodney Easthaven, Dr. Pufnick, and Sid Greenleaf. Yes, Sid Greenleaf. We got them all together. When they examined George, at the beginning, they said he was schizophrenic.
You called Sid Greenleaf?
I called Sid Greenleaf. I thought that he was an eminent psychiatrist.
If there's any problem, I think it may lie in the fact that you called Sid Greenleaf. I gave you Art Goldfarb's name.
Well, I'm sorry. I may have been mistaken at the time. But anyway, he's under definite progression. George, would you come on out? They said the man is being
That's
sued.
incredible.
His credibility is beyond reproach. The man is a very good humanitarian, a fine human being, but misunderstood. Misunderstood. Large the medulla of this man's brain is a 901.72 IQ. He's a brilliant strategist and a genius, but not able to express himself. But now at this time, will everybody shut up out there? You got the animal up here talking. I want to hear talk, animal. Go ahead. Tell him I'm. Go ahead. Listen to this now.
You remind me of
Listen, shut up.
You remind me of an old choir director that I had in church one time.
Go ahead,
George the Animal Steele.
Talk.
Talk, good.
Lou, tell me talk slow.
Oh, that's excellent, Lou. It's working.
Smart. Is he smart?
List.
That's good.
Slow.
Slow, George.
No list.
No less. See?
That is
He had a speech impediment, but we're correcting this. He's getting better and better day by day. The man is a strategist, a genius, a brilliant man, the meanest and roughest man in wrestling, yet he's controlled by Captain Lou Albano.
I believe you're looking at camera number 6 over there. Here's camera number 1.
Number 9.
Right, yes. If I may, George the Animal Steele, I know what happened out on Long Island in Uniondale at the Nassau County Coliseum. Any thoughts of reciprocity toward the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov for bailing out on you?
Reciprocity. Reciprocity.
INGSON.
They did me a favor.
Favor. I like that.
Because Lou come, now Lou helps me.
Oh, God, that's excellent.
Lou say,
Lassie, will you shut up back there?
Now, what?
You got Steele talking here. Go ahead, George.
George, I'm sorry. I apologize. Did you... I'm afraid he lost it, Lou.
All right.
You know, let's not expect...
He is progressing.
Let's not conquer the world overnight. Thank you
There
very
go,
much.
Chief.
Lou
Thank you
Albano
for
and
your
George
patience.
Steele.
Thank you for your...
All right. The World Wrestling Federation wanted a second opinion, so we went to the very best. Psychiatrist extraordinaire, the one and only, Dr. Sigmund Ziff. Let's pick that up right now.
They love you, they hate you, they rejected you.
throw at me.
Who finds rejection? They throw on you, bitch.
Spit.
Oh, terrible, they spit on you, everything like that. And from then on, you're the bad guy, right?
Bad.
Ah, but now...
Nasty.
No, don't
Nasty.
worry. Don't worry.
Nasty.
Ah,
Nasty.
Oh, no, sure. From Mr. Animal, underneath your pretty cat, I'm going to bring you out. And you're going to be once more the nice George, the good George, before the terrible actions, before the 2 rejections. The world-famous Ziff system is going to work. I bring you out, you'll forget the whole hypnosis. You'll be a nice pussycat. Ready? You're out!
You.
What?
Hey.
Hey,
You.
No.
Hey. No.
you have to admit, a second opinion may help. There is quite an improvement on George the Animal Steele.
Oh, there's definitely improvement on it. Going back to the interview, I felt George the Animal was the smartest of the three out there between him, Albano, and Okerlund.
I kind of figured you would say that, Jesse. All right, coming up, we have an Intercontinental Wrestling heavyweight clash between Greg the Hammer Valentine, the champion, and his opponent, the one and only, the Junkyard Dog.
Now you can get rid of it.
Championship belt at stake. Greg the Hammer Valentine, the champion, will defend his crown against JYD, the Junkyard Dog.
The Junkyard Dog, the JYD, he's the latest chasing the Hammer. It seems that Greg the Hammer's finally finished with Chico Santana. Now he's going to have to face the Junkyard Dog. It's a never-ending battle, Jack.
Say what you want, the Hammer backs away from no one. And we're going to see on Primetime Wrestling how the Hammer defends his crown against the Junkyard Dog. Let's get the introductions right now.
Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. First, I'd like to introduce the manager, the Mouse of the South, Jimmy Hart. He represents the champion from Seattle, Washington, weighing 250 pounds, Greg the Hammer Valentine. From Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 280 pounds, the Junkyard Dog.
Where is he?
On his way, Gene, to There he is.
Steel fans in the Boston Garden this week. Challenger, Junkyard Dog. A moment from now is going to be going against Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Boy, he wants that title back.
Has he got
stake?
Has he got the charisma or what? Oh, a kicker. Get on down.
Capacity crowd on its feet here in the Boston Garden as the Junkyard Dog does his thing.
Both Hart and Valentine get their hands. As another one fights it up, fades to the background. We are set for an Intercontinental title bout in front of a SRO crowd.
The dog a little reluctant to part with his chain, but referee took it from him. Boy, he cleared the ring in a hurry with it.
Oh, my.
JYD in hot pursuit of the Intercontinental title. And one tough cookie's got his hands on it.
Aren't they, gentlemen?
Yes, they are.
Jimmy Hart and Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Boy, this guy is one of the greatest Intercontinental champions to come down the pike in a long time. He hasn't stunned anyone. Bronze champion. Everyone at the World Wrestling Federation Championship Committee said this guy's number one. He deserves a shot. The Hammer was right there to give it to him, and he's still the champion.
All right, JYD threatening. Referee gets a hold of him and says, hey, reconsider, please.
The wrestling match has opened the hands up. Oh, he got caught right away, coming in quick. Spins him around, and the champ is down. Whoa! Take care of that impacted wisdom tooth for you in a hurry.
And I was, whoop!
The dog acknowledging the capacity crowd as they go on with the JYD chant.
Wow! Smile out of a side from Junkyard Dog. Elbow. Does nothing.
Well, that was the wrong place to hit the dog, Gene. One of the hardest heads in professional wrestling.
was just going to say, it's not the dumbest thing in the world to do at that juncture.
Absolutely not. Get a little words of encouragement and advice from the mouth of the South.
Jimmy Hart, Frank the Hammer Valentine was their very own rock and wrestling connection.
Boy, Hart has a flair for his clothing, doesn't he, Jim?
Boy, that's got to be right out of 1962. And at that time, it was worn by Cap Calloway.
The dog now with an arm wringer on Frank the Hammer Valentine in pursuit of the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Right underneath the outfit. There's the champion down. JYD in control. Jimmy Hart screaming at ringside. Some very instructions to the referee. Listen to that.
And the Boston Garden is really rocking this week. Oh, headbutt to the deltoid.
Can you imagine how this place would erupt should JYD take the title right here in the Boston Garden from the Hammer?
And I'll tell you, this has been quite a city for the Intercontinental Champions of the past.
Absolutely. A lot of history in this place.
You know, we were just talking about it with some of the security troops on hand here at the Boston Garden. I remember the Bruins winning in 1927. As I wasn't around personally, Gorilla Monsoon.
How come you remember them winning then?
Well, I read
Oh,
it.
you read it somewhere.
Right.
Okay.
The Bruins won. That was in the old Boston Arena. And I'm just thinking, this facility must have had to been put up somewhere in the neighborhood of 28 or 29.
I think it's right around 1928. Nice distraction job there by Jimmy the Hart.
The body of Junkyard Dog convulsing as the result of a couple of elbows to the windpipe.
No way. Right arm is already out of there. Not going to get a 3 count that way. The Hammer in control of this match.
He didn't hook a leg.
Didn't hook anything. Chance once more, JYD. JYD's in trouble.
I tell you, these fans of the Boston Garden, just as enthusiastic, just as exciting as any we see in our travels to the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, as we've stated a number of times, these are some of the best in the entire world as far as fan participation is concerned. And like I said before, if they love you, they love you. If they hate you, they really hate you. There's no two ways about it. Dog trying to come up, but Valentine with that arm bar. Look at how he drove it down for that extra leverage and then dropped an elbow on it.
Well, the first thing Junkyard Dog has got to do is get back on his feet.
Got a decisive advantage when he is on his feet. Chicken wing here.
And a pressure really being applied. Look at that. The dog is in a tremendous amount of pain. And again.
Valentine with the hands locked, applying the pressure with that chicken wing. Couldn't reach across here. Oh, look at this now. He's stepping inside.
Watch it. If he falls back, hold on. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Tremendous pressure there. He could reach up and hook this arm down, have a pity come. No, he didn't do it.
Hammerlock. Junkyard Dog face down on a canvas in the hands of the Intercontinental Champion with a title defense this week. Frank Valentine. Got a very serious knees to the back of that arm.
Unbelievable matchup here. This could be a main event in any arena in the entire wrestling world. The World Wrestling Federation continues to be the top in professional wrestling. Whoa, feet.
He goes to the tight. No.
Referee was right in the position where he could see it, Gene. Whether he did or not, doesn't look that way.
If he didn't, he better get a white chain.
Valentine now really unloading on the left arm and shoulder of the dog. who needs to put together some kind of offense. Wow, what a forearm by Valentine.
Staggers, junkyard dog.
Valentine wrapping that left arm and shoulder. Oh, look at this.
He's not going to let go. Oh, what a face break. What a pair. Valentine.
Uh-oh, the dog took a jump there. Now, oh, look at this choke right in the corner. Referee's got to do something here.
What is this?
Stuck to his knee. Now he's bailing out, and I don't blame him.
That referee is out to lunch. How in the world can he let it go on?
Hart saying, you got to keep going. You're doing a good job.
Please, Jimmy, you can put on the tights. You can put on the boots.
Valentine rolling in and out here just enough to break the count and try to get a breather as the dog was all over. Hart with a little massage over the chest area of the champion. Now the dog's going to be on the left arm. And Mr. Valentine, whoa, with a headbutt. Wow, what a
Hello. That was Major League.
keep your eye on the ball, man. Both men exchanging shots to the action. Look at the dog, Rambo!
KYD, electrifying a capacity crowd here in the Boston Garden.
What's he gonna do? Give him mouth to mouth here? No.
A little CPR, you gotta be kidding me. You got a devil of a time just getting the back
Oh,
of the
look at
seat.
that. What a decisive advantage to have someone outside the ring. He just literally jerked Valentine up to his feet and rolled him back inside the ring. Well, that's where the dog wants him anyway. You can't win the title on a count out or a disqualification. Dog off the rope.
I can just hear him now.
Growling away, grinding him up.
He is going to distract Junkyard Dog. I bet my last dollar.
Now the dog missed that head drop. Valentine rolled out at the last instant. And Hart has no business out of that ring.
One way of getting rid of him. 1, 2.
Hart out on the concrete floor. He got nailed by his own man to hammer Valentine as he was picked off. Wow, headbutt right between the eyes. Valentine slips through the second rope onto the apron. He doesn't have any conception of where he is.
Not even a clue.
Jimmy Hart is still down. Scoop shot. Brings it to Andre. Waller hooks the leg. He goes looking down. A tight.
2, 3. Oh. You have got to be kidding me.
The dog not too happy. Not at all. Exploding now. There goes Hart. And Valentine bails out of there because, boy, the dog is just going to tear everybody up.
Look at those two.
instant replay. Look at the dog.
What a move.
Him in. I watched Valentine.
He hangs on. He hangs on all the way.
Right hand, scoop that leg out of there. But more important, look at this here. Another instance of the pipes being used to gain the fall.
Well, the Intercontinental Champion still reigning, Greg the Hammer Valentine, as he defeats the Junkyard Dog.
You know, I'm real pleased. That does my heart good. I was pulling for Greg the Hammer Valentine. I'm glad to see him thump the Junkyard Dog.
I knew you were pulling for. I heard some of the comments that you were making while we were watching that exciting match. All right, coming up, wrestling fans, a very, very special match with Ivan Polish Power Putski and the one and only Barry O. They call him Ivan Polish Power Putski, a man who is very dedicated not only in the ring but out of the ring as well. His opponent from Las Vegas, Nevada, Barry O.
Well, this should be a good matchup. Barry O's young. He's aggressive. But I got to give Ivan Podolsky the shot right now as the definite favorite in this match, Jack.
All right, Ivan Polish Power Putski. His opponent, the one and only Barry O. Right now, we are going to ringside and the action.
Oh, look at that package, Gorilla Monsoon.
The fire plug of the wrestling world.
Is he put together? Built like a brick.
Krakow, Poland. Boy, are they proud of this individual, and rightly so, because he's carved a name in the history books of professional wrestling for himself.
Their favorite son.
Yes.
Down to the bell and away we go. Barry O, Las Vegas, Nevada, 235. Beating Ivan Putski.
Barry O better use that quickness if he wants to survive in this matchup, and he's got that quickness.
And don't wait a long time in doing it.
He's showing us that awesome power right off the bat. No way that Barry O can have strength with the Polish one.
And he certainly has his legions of followers in the World Wrestling Federation wherever he goes.
The Polish army constantly roving.
And they're out this week in record numbers.
Not too much defense you can do for that. That's just brute strength and power. That's not the point of attack that Barry O wants to use if he wants to be successful. Another mistake. Why put a full mountain on a man like Ivan Putski? He's playing the power game, and Ivan Putski can't help but win that. Look, he can't get off. He's trapped like a rat in a trap. Into the ropes now. The referee's going to make a break. Looks like the before and after poster. Don't put this out there, boys. So you won't make it. Putski now being whipped in by Barry O. Wow, he got caught there. He looks like he tripped just as he went into the ropes. He got clotheslined by the top rope. Barry O with an elbow right to the esophagus.
I think Barry O now doing what he's going to have to do if he's got a snowball's chance. Well, he does with this man.
He does.
You're too candid.
It's just a question of when Putski wants to put this kid away, in my book. He had an opportunity, went down for a cover. No way, Shane.
Come on, ref. Come on, ref, please. Oh, Lord. Boy, he's got about his,
Well, it helps a lot, Gene, if you know the difference between a wrist lock and a wrist watch when you put on a blue shirt and a blue tie. This guy obviously doesn't. Sleeper hold now by Barry O. Got it on right in the center of the ring. Does he have enough power to hold it? That's the question. Takes a lot of strength to hold on to that sleeper. Putski now takes it to the corner. Head rammed into the top turnbuckle.
Barry O. 13 now. Putski. Oh, tries for a thrower. Goes to the midsection.
Coming strong as Barrio catches it on a tail ball. Putski stalking him now. All the way across the ring.
Oh, what a right on the part of Ivan Putski to Barrio. Watch the young man from Las Vegas, Nevada, to the top. Look at this. Polish hammer.
The hammer sign.
Hold on. Oh, Nelly.
Good night.
It's all over. 1, 2. Gorilla Monsoon. A classic. That's what I like about you. You called this one. I could have called Vegas.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Ivan Putski with that big hammer gave the shot
Let's
to
get
Barrio. And
Here we go with the official decision.
And here's the winner, Polish power, Ivan Putski.
Gino, I want to take you back in time. In the closing moments of this particular bout, Ivan Putski heated up. I'm talking about the Polish hammer. Barrio is pow, chopped down the side.
look at that. Laid him out vertical.
Look at it, flat.
Looks like a hit.
You don't have to adjust the horizontal hold on your television set. Believe me, folks.
Boy, I'll tell you, you talk about the Polish hammer, huh? Putski's got it.
Definitely. I've been hit by it. I'm one of the few men to get up from it.
That's right. I have seen you in action against Ivan Polish Power Putski.
That's right, Jack.
Don't forget, for those of you that would like to write for our World Wrestling Federation catalog, it's absolutely free. P.O. Box 6789, Stamford, Connecticut, 06904. We're back with a special guest right after this.
We all start out pretty much the same. But where you go from there is entirely up to you.
Things about doing primetime wrestling is that you never know who's going to show up right on our set. And with me right now is the voice of professional wrestling from Madison Square Garden, the one and only Gorilla Monsoon.
Jack, my pleasure to be here. It's always a pleasure to see you, Jesse.
How you doing,
few
Gorilla?
bones to pick with you, the bod. I understand of late from some very reliable sources of mine that Jesse has been making some derogatory remarks about myself, Vince McMahon, Gene Okerlund, and our commentary. And, you know, coming from you, Jess, the fountain of misinformation, really, sometimes it just rolls off my back, and I don't let it bother me too much. But, you know, if you object to me telling the millions of fans in the wrestling world that you wrap Sunday's newspaper around your calves before you put your long tights on, you know, I can't say anything wrong with that myself. I know a lot of guys that did that over the years.
Let me just say one thing to you, Gorilla. Jealousy will get you nowhere. And second choice is, I know from thousands of letters from thousands of fans who told me I was the one that held you up during WrestleMania.
You held me up.
Definitely, and you're a big weight to carry.
Great, I love that, Jeff. But I just want you to, you know, keep it cool. Don't be making all these derogatory. It wouldn't take much provocation. No, I'm retired. Wouldn't take too much provocation for me to come out.
I think you should stay retired to make the right decision.
It's always good to see you.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, and
My
I
pleasure.
do appreciate your joining us on this edition of Primetime
Well, you guys
Wrestling.
do a terrific job, and as long
Thank
as
you.
Jesse can hold the
Can
derogatory
I get the
remarks.
Sunday edition of the paper?
It might be too big.
Bigger.
Until next week, for Gorilla Monsoon, Jesse the Body Ventura, yours truly, Jack Reynolds. So long, everybody.